It's Week 12 of the National Football League.
And coming up, we'll see David Njoku.
He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Browns and the Steelers on Thursday night.
Along the shores of Lake Erie, the Dog Pound already in full roar. We welcome you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland. Thanks for having us in. Chill in the air. Folks are bundled in the seats and on the field. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, a bit warmer up here in the booth. These cold weather games, Greg, always interesting to watch how it impacts the players down on the field.
Absolutely, and these nights are kind of tricky, Mike, right? It's how much do you want to spend preparing for it, thinking about it, and really letting it almost become like a mental factor leading into the game. But you also have to be prepared. What are you going to wear? How are you going to keep yourself not only warm, but then be able to go...
The veteran Chris Boswell ready to get things going. And off we go here on a Thursday night. This taken at the 5. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the former #1 overall pick back in the 2015 draft, former Heisman winner as well, Jameis Winston.
One thing about this guy that's pretty clear, Mike, is there's not a whole lot that rattles him. He does a good job staying even keel. You don't know if he just threw a pick or if he just led his team to a touchdown drive, and that was kind of the case last week. He didn't let it snowball into a bunch of back-breaking mistakes. He just shook it off and kept playing. Now, can he keep that mentality as the rest of the year unfolds? And if he does, he's going to give his team a chance every single week.
A second down throw for Winston. Open man, and that's Tillman. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. Out of the gun, it's Winston. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
Third down is the down that pass rushers live for. More often than not, they know it's a passing situation, and they get to just pin their ears back and go. Here early in this game, they're able to bring down the quarterback, and I got a feeling this won't be the last time.
So on fourth down, the lefty, Corey Bojorquez to punt for Cleveland, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. The Steelers led out by their quarterback, Russell Wilson. Still strange to not see him in a Seattle uniform where he was for a decade, couple of years with the Broncos. And now Greg, the 9-time Pro Bowler, year 1 in Pittsburgh.
You know, what's funny about the NFL, Mike, is you expect to come out and have your A game each and every week. And certainly that's ideal, but can you win when you don't have your best stuff? And I think that's what we saw from this quarterback last week. The best thing he did was just continue to battle, continue to make just enough plays, even though he had some struggles. But the biggest thing is, while he continues to improve, what a confidence boost for this entire team, knowing that even if their quarterback doesn't have his best stuff, they can still play winning football.
Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Steeler first down. Throwing is Wilson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Now a first carry for the Alabama product, Najee Harris. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to third down. What can they do here on third down and 7? Out of the gun, it's Wilson. He'll get that one to Patterson, complete. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
They go play action with Wilson. Going to get that into the hands of his receiver, Mike Williams. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is first down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early first down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike, touchdown, field goal. But either way, I'm coming away with points.
It's a gain of 13, and it's first and goal.
A huge advantage to red zone offense is the ability to run the ball. In this case, I thought he was going to score. He takes it all the way down inside the 2, sets up first and goal.
To the goal line and in. Pat Freiermuth, touchdown Pittsburgh. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. Chris Boswell on for the point after. It's up and good. And the Steelers will go up by 7.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. He's got his man, the tight end, David Njoku. With that, I want to give you a look here at the receiving numbers for him from the game a week ago. Here's 2nd and 2. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game.
Still 2nd down.
Up the middle. Here's 4. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession, using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Again, it's 4. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. 1st down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
Now he'll run. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. One of his teammates is there to pick it up. A gain there of 21. 1st down, Cleveland. Quick throw taken in by Judy. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. Quick throw taken in. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal for his team. They'll run here. It's Ford. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up second and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to second and goal at the 7-yard line.
A second down throw for Jameis. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
What once looked like a promising drive has suddenly hit a little bit of a roadblock here, Mike. They're in scoring position, yes. But now on third and goal, following that second down sack, this defense has a shot to come away, only giving up 3.
And he nearly takes it in, but they're going to say he's short of the goal line. So now it is fourth and goal.
You could tell that this defense was ready for this exact play call. They know that they're going to give their quarterback a chance both through the air and on the ground with his legs. They do a nice job stopping him short of the goal line to force fourth down.
They'll go. Winston. Good blocking, and he's in. Jameis Winston. Touchdown, Cleveland.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Cordero Patterson. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Juan Thornhill up from his secondary spot to make the play. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll give it to Harris again. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming. Now Wilson. They'll set up the screen to Patterson. Good pickup of 16 on that screen play and a 1st down.
A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Pittsburgh.
So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. All even on the scoreboard. And we're back to Cleveland in a minute. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. In motion, it's Jefferson. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them
Delay of game.
5.
Offense. Still first down.
They run it over center with Harris.
Really nice job here by the offense getting back that penalty yardage they lost on first down. And typically the rule of thumb is let's pick up half. Let's make second down more manageable. In this case, they do that and some, and now they're in good spot on second down.
This one caught at the 4. And he's in. George Pickens. Touchdown, Steelers.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
The kick is good. Makes the score Steelers 14, Browns 7.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Ford. And he'll get about 4 to the 29. Here's a 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
They bring Judy in motion. And they will finally run him down up near midfield.
Once you see that guy coming across the formation pre-snap, Mike, you have to be thinking jet sweep instantly. It's just such a dangerous play that always has the potential for this type of yardage, especially when he wins that race to the edge.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Winston to throw. That's caught by Ford. Give them 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
A run straight ahead. That's Ford. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Got to get this to the 25. Here's 3rd down. Winston looking to throw. That's caught. It's the tight end, Njoku. 10 yards the gain on the pitch and catch. It's a Browns 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
On 1st down, it's Winston. This one caught by Akins. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
At the 22-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down, Winston. And that one incomplete. Jerry Jeudy, the intended target. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. To throw, Winston. There's a short throw caught by Njoku. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
Dustin Hopkins on for the Browns field goal. A 34-yard attempt.
Hopkins' kick is good. And the Browns are back within 4 at 14-10.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. George Pickens and the Steelers offense heading back onto the field. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's caught right side. It's Freiermuth. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now it's Harris. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. On the handoff, it's Harris. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running takes them down to the 9.
What we're seeing here in this first half, Mike, is an example of the offensive line, the running back, and the play caller all on the same page. The execution and the ability to continue to pick up chunk plays on the ground has been a great start for this offense.
To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Denzel Ward in there defensively to knock it away. Give up the middle to Harris. Stop at the 6, and that sets up 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Russ. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
This one taken at the 7. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Browns offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with 1st down and 10. They'll open this drive on the ground with 4. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. Back with more of this Thursday opener after this. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Throwing, Jameis. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. Here's Corey Bojorquez now as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. And And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Steelers offense and running back Najee Harris getting set to take over once more. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Wilson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Russ. That's the former Ram and Falcon, Van Jefferson. A gain there of 15. That's a Steeler 1st down.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeout. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
Wilson will throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. To throw again is Wilson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and we come out to the 20-yard line. The Browns offense back onto the field for their next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Out of the gun, it's Winston. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this 2nd quarter. We're right back to Njoku. He's got it again. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. From the gun, Winston. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Browns going to use the last of their timeouts now as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw, here's Winston. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. On the ground, this is 4. And he'll get 4 here, up to the 24-yard line. And now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this 1st half. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over.
At their own 33-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. He'll let this go for Pickens. And that is incomplete. He was looking for George Pickens there, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. Now Russ. That is caught downfield by Pickens. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early,
under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. So we've reached halftime here on our Thursday Nighter to start the new NFL week. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Greg in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. As far as the early games go, we'll be watching that one in Houston. The Texans in for a fight, as they'll have to do battle with the Tennessee Titans. Later in the afternoon, a lot of the country will be watching the game at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it'll be the Packers taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Finally, on Monday night, Ravens and Chargers from SoFi at 5:15 local time. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. It's a return. Here comes Calvin Austin. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense and their running back set to go once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Harris. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
A run. Here's Harris. And a good tackle out wide will hold him to a gain of just 3. Now it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Here's Wilson. That's to the big tight end, Freiermuth.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Steelers will extend their third quarter lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The Browns offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll go back to Ford on first down. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. A second down throw for Jameis. A throw caught by Judy on the outside. He'll be out of bounds, but after picking up the first down on a gain of 7.
That's good for A. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Winston. He's got it in the hands of Elijah Moore. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
At the 36-yard line.
A second down throw for Winston. A throw, right side, taken by Njoku.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
This throw left is complete with Judy. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
This is like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
Quick throw taken in by Judy. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 12-yard line.
Winston looking to throw. He pulls it in around the 5. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
To number 85, David Njoku. First and goal.
Now Winston. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
And goal at the 1-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down, Winston. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Jameis Winston. Touchdown, Browns. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Patterson now to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense and Russell Wilson set to take over once more. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the give, it's Harris. And he'll pick up 2 out to the 27. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Throwing is Wilson. Now a screen set up for Harris. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, Wilson. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. A gain there of 11. Good for a Steeler first down.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
That's made by Pickens. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Again, Wilson. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. A give, and here comes Harris. And a nice gain there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. They go play action with Wilson. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Looking to convert for the 3rd time on this drive. They'll need another here. It's 3rd and 2. Wilson. And he's going to be dropped. They get to him back at the 15-yard line.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. This just a little more than a chip shot. 32-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Steelers will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
From the 6, here comes a return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Browns offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. The deficit, 6 points. So a touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Winston. There's a short throw caught by Njoku. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. 10 catches now in the game. They've gone his way early and often. That one for a 1st down. So 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. This pass caught by Judy. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6.
At their 48-yard line.
To throw, Winston. He'll tuck it and take off.
Well, Mike, this is not somebody that you're usually afraid of beating you with his legs, but every now and then he can do just enough to extend the play. That's exactly what he did here. Picks up enough yardage, converts the first down.
And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Winston to throw. He finds Judy on that one. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4. To throw, here's Winston. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
On second down, Winston going deep downfield for Judy.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter. Sometimes it's just a case of taking what the defense gives you. And here's one of those examples. There's nowhere for him to go with the ball. For a minute, it looked like he was going to be able to pick up this first down with his legs. The defense rallies, brings him down short of the first down marker, sets up fourth down.
And he's going to have a Browns first down. They find a way to convert on 4th and 10.
Another Cleveland Browns.
They give it, and it's 4. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 16-yard line.
That's into the hands of Judy on the right side. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal. Very nearly a touchdown. He's going to be marked out of bounds just shy of the pylon. It's a first down and a gain of 16.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but
this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
this has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Everybody on that sideline, when you find yourself in a goal-to-go situation, you're all thinking the same thing. You're getting 6. Well, next thing you know, you've given up 2 sacks on the previous 3 plays, and I think here on 4th down, I've lost all confidence in my protection, and I think you got to settle for the 3.
Now on comes Dustin Hopkins in a pressure situation. This to cut the deficit in half. And this one right down the middle. It's good. Big points there. They are back within 3 here in the 4th quarter. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. Austin now to return this. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Steelers offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now Russ. That's caught right side. It's Freiermuth. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you would love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The home team's offense headed back to take over once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as the kicks off with 1st and 10. Off he goes.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Out of the gun, they'll give it, and it's 4. And nowhere to go on that one. They lifted him up and threw him down behind the line. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Winston. That's caught. It's the tight end, Njoku. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Big-time play there as they try to cut into this 4th quarter deficit. At this point in the game, Mike, remember, you're just going to get a couple more possessions, so you have to make the most of them, especially with the lead being this close for the taking.
1st and 10. Now a handoff to 4th. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Steelers' 30-yard line.
A 2nd down throw for Winston. His throw left is complete with Judy. He has been busy. 9 receptions on the game in that one. A 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Ford. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
They'll run, and they'll stop him. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yardage, but they didn't gain any here, and now it's going to be 3rd down. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. Now on comes Dustin Hopkins in a pressure situation. This to even the score late. This one is on target, and it is good. They have tied things up here in the final minute.
And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. 4th quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. pressure there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down. The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. Here's Harris. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. They'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one. So the Steelers ready to kick this one skyward. Important punt here in this tie game late. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The home team's offense ready to take over once again. We're all even, 4th quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. Ready. Winston looking to throw. Toward the middle, that's caught by Moore. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. Winston to throw on 1st down. He keeps it himself. The Browns going to use the last of their timeouts now. And the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the ballgame. 2nd down throw for Jameis. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today. In these critical moments of the game, Mike, you always turn to your best players, and that's exactly what they did here, and they just weren't able to connect. Give this defense a lot of credit. They knew when it was crunch time, where did this quarterback want to look? And they were ready, and they took him away.
This is 1st and 10. They'll go with Harris. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. So, overtime coming up, not a playoff game, so a quick reminder of the rules. Each team gets 1 possession unless the opening possession is a touchdown. Then it's game over. Any defensive score ends the game. Each team gets a couple of timeouts, and all replays come from upstairs. If the first OT ends in a tie, so does the game. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. Austin now to return this. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. And he's had trouble getting on track in this one. Really limited space to find an opening. The defensive front stopping him multiple times. Generally, he has not been a big factor in this game to this point. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Now a first throw here in overtime. This one intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Ward. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
So as this game's gone on, Mike, this secondary is just continuing to learn, continuing to remember all the different looks this offense has thrown at them. And now it all pays off. Start of overtime, they see one that they recognize, and they jump it, and now they set up their team with a chance to win it here in overtime.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Throwing, Jameis. That's over the middle to his tight end, Njoku.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Quick throw taken in by Judy. Can he get away? No! He's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play. From the gun on third down. The ball comes out. One of the Steelers has it. How about the defense getting to the quarterback, getting access to the ball, knocking it free, and coming up with the recovery?
I'd like to see the quarterback just be a little more secure with the ball, Mike. You can see he's just a little loose, especially when you're operating from the pocket. But give credit to the defender. Nice job attacking the ball, knocking it loose and recovering it, and that is a big takeaway here by this defense.
That's Washington, the man in motion. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. Inside the 25. And he's going to go all the way to win it here in overtime. Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series, but they've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And, Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with a run play is to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
So this one, a win for the visiting Steelers. They had to work for this one. All even through 4 quarters, able to get the breakthrough in overtime to come away with a victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we wish you a good night from Cleveland.